Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. And I'm here to do your weekly guidance reading for the week of April 20th through the 26th. I know it's coming a little late in the week, but it's coming exactly when it needs to and when I was able to actually sit and channel it because I don't want to give you half-ass readings. So this is just a general overall reading for the collective, so it may or may not resonate with you today. And this could be something that is either already happening and shifting for you, or it is something that is coming your way in the near future. So this past week, we just shifted into Taurus on the solar calendar. So we're now in the sun sign of Taurus. It's an earth sign. Venusian, so we're kind of feeling more of this kind of like feminine, earthy vibe. But we also had a new moon on the 22nd that was also in Taurus. And so this is really emphasizing getting into more of the practical things, whereas we came from Aries, which is very fiery and just kind of impulsive. This is more about like feeling our way through and also having something kind of set up for us to continue moving down this path. So this could be a new cycle for you that is coming up. As I was sitting with the cards that I did today, I kind of felt a sense of joyous, like freedom. Like I saw butterflies, like transformation. And so this energy is really shifting into something that's going to be more uplifting, I feel. So however that's going to resonate with you this week, we'll go ahead and get started. So wherever you're at, whenever you're tuning into this, it may not even apply to this week for you. It could be at any point that you're watching this. So just take a deep breath, tune in, sit with yourself for a moment to calm your energies and be open to receiving what's there. So this week I am using the Shadowscapes Tarot, and we'll go through our first tarot cards. So the first card we have is the Magician. So the Magician is like a very personal card for me as well. This is all about manifestation, and in the sense of knowing your true power, having all the tools to create something. This can be seen in the masculine sense of taking action, manifesting your own world, being the master of your own world. And so this week, this energy coming forward is reminding you of how much strength you really have. You have learned all of these lessons over the last little cycle, and you're beginning to realize like what you can implement, what you can change. And I had this imagery pop up over the last few weeks as well. The traditional magician has this kind of as above, so below imagery. And that's what I was theming my yoga classes around this week, was similar to within, without. Like we have our own heaven, our own dreams and desires within us, and everything outside of us is actually created through us. So our experience is created by how we choose to interact with it. So if you create more of a balanced self, and you create more of wanting to actually bring your true self into the world, like this is true manifestation. So whatever work you may be doing on yourself over the last little bit, any sort of self-care or learning self-love, that vibration, that energy is going to be matched outwardly. So this is how we manifest things, is doing the work, not just externally, but really internally. Okay, so yeah, and then the next card we have with that butterfly imagery that I see is the Justice card. So we are rebalancing something. We are coming to a place where things feel like more in order. We're maybe we were working to balance kind of some like masculine energy, where we were being maybe more lethargic and we weren't doing as much, and so now we're feeling more kind of balanced. This can also be balancing a karmic situation. You're creating something, you are doing the work to create justice for yourself. You're getting some sort of affirmation that you are doing the right thing, that you are becoming more of this balanced individual. You're not so, how do I want to put this? You're not maybe not being so overly emotional, or if you're on the other side of the spectrum, maybe not just being all serious all the time. Like, you're kind of starting to balance this spirituality and practicality sort of thing. Okay, so moving into our next card, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So the Queen of Wands usually has to do with someone who is very passionate about their craft. They're very sensual and outspoken in that sense, and people are just naturally like magnetized to them. So with it in the reverse, this could be that balancing I could see between this masculine and feminine. Maybe we were getting into the emotions, we were getting emotionally manipulated. This could be someone that was manipulating you, and you're starting to kind of step into your power. This is also independence. And you're finally getting justice in this situation. You are balancing your interaction with this person, if this is someone outside of you, someone who is trying to assert their will over you or control you or make you think that you were not powerful. If that's not resonating, if it's more on a personal level, you're learning to self-love again. You're learning to give those passions, feel that creative fire again for the things that you love. You could be starting to create a new job for yourself if this is something that you were feeling out of balance with before. Like, maybe you felt like unjustified, like maybe someone was taking advantage of your gifts in some way and you weren't really meeting your potential. And so now you're recognizing that true inner power that you have. And we've got more tarot cards this week. We've got quite a few. So we keep going with the Seven of Cups. So there's a decision that you're making. There's a direction that you're trying to go in. You're at this crossroads because the Seven of Cups represents a lot of different choices available to us. Some of them might seem kind of high up in the clouds or out of reach, and some of them seem more practical and like they're right there in front of us, and this is the way that we should go. So I would say don't be too focused on what's practical. Don't be too focused on what you think is the best option, and instead be more feeling into it. Be more choosing from your actual heart space, not something that you think is the best option, because you really have like so many options back here. You have so many gifts to work with. And so trusting your gut, but in the same sense, because we do have the Magician, there is a practicality that you do want in the way of when you make this decision, actually put in the work towards it. Don't think that you don't have to do the work. Don't think that this is something that's just going to be easy. This takes a lot of dedication and passion. So choose something that you are really passionate about. Choose something that is going to make you feel balanced. It's not going to make you feel drained, and something that's also really empowering. Okay. All right, so another seven, we have the Seven of Wands. So you are defending yourself. You are sticking up for yourself. You're finally putting your foot down and saying, no more. I want something different. Whether this is just an affirmation to yourself that you don't really want to be pushed around anymore, you want to have power, you want to have this mindset more that things are happening for you, not to you. For some of you, I can see this with the badger as well as someone who was being really overpowering. Someone that was trying to kind of dim your shine a little bit. This could be a karmic relationship, whether it's with a partner or maybe a family member. This could have been some sort of contract. You are learning something from this person about yourself. And it could be that you're learning to stand your ground and stand up for who you really are. And this doesn't always necessarily mean like a negative thing where you have to be really mean to this person or be attacking in this sense, but protecting your innocence, nurturing yourself. You can lovingly set boundaries. You can lovingly tell someone that you don't want to do something or that you're going to stand your ground in a certain way because you're being loving to yourself. And how that person reacts is nothing of your doing because you're just trying to set these boundaries and be more loving. But it is going to build into this kind of stronger energy, making that choice for yourself. Okay. Oh, and very nice to end our tarot on this. We have the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this is really speaking towards some love relationship. Whether putting this boundary, sticking up for yourself, is going to lead either to you getting closer with this person, partner or family member or whichever. This is creating harmony. This is two balanced ends, like the masculine and the feminine, but they're also one in the same. So however you are balancing yourself is going to wind up balancing this person in whatever way. Either they will move out of your life to make space for something that is more in union with what you're trying to work with, or this person will step up and evolve with you. So you're going to feel this really loving energy. If this isn't to do with a relationship for you, if this is more personal and you're trying to align with your work, maybe you're sticking up to that boss that was really overbearing, or family members that were telling you that your dreams are not feasible, standing up for yourself, you are going to feel more at one internally. You are going to feel more in union and be able to have this powerful creative energy. You will be able to manifest this into your world. You will feel this so much that it will start to come true in the physical reality. You'll start to feel the balancing of the two sides. Okay, so that is awesome. I love ending a reading with the Two of Cups. It feels so good. Okay. All right, so moving into our oracle cards to get some clarification. So our animal guide for the week is the Starfish Spirit. Be open to infinite possibilities. So you have options. There's a lot going on around you, whether you are actually perceiving it or it's coming in your subconscious. You have choices. And some of them may even be better than you realized. Some of them could be, something you never even thought of. And so being really open and standing your ground for what you really believe in, even though that might seem scary and you think it's going to lead to something negative, this is going to be the most loving thing for yourself. And this will be balancing this out. This is the only reverse card in this reading. And so when we start to balance this, we're going to feel more of that harmonious energy. We're going to be balanced in our heart, in ourselves, and we'll be creating from a space of truth. So be open to what's out there, wishing on a star. And as you make those wishes, taking those practical plans, taking those steps to keep moving forward. All right, so moving into our crystal energy for the week, we have the opal, emotional magnification. So this is either speaking to whether you were already just kind of getting swept up into your emotions, and you're learning to kind of balance with the masculine, I feel. Or this could be speaking to if you were working more from a practical stance, you were being mostly like this magician energy. This is asking you to tap into that passionate, like self-loving, nurturing energy. And this could raise emotions on both sides if you're dealing with another person. So there could be some strong emotions coming up, but just being with them, allowing them to pass through and take care of you, because they're coming up for a reason. These could be emotional blocks that you are working through as well. If this is more of a personal thing where these are repressed emotions that haven't been worked through for a long time, and you're ready to kind of move in a new direction and not let these subconscious things rule your life anymore, you're going to feel more in harmony with yourself for giving yourself that space to feel. Okay, and then our second crystal we have is the bloodstone, purification. So this is a clearing process. This is a clearing. This is a balancing of the two sides. I can also see this. This is kind of a masculine card as well, with a little bit of the red going on. So we're balancing these two sides. I feel like there's, whether you're man or woman, we all have these masculine, feminine energies, because we have this kind of emotional going to the really like higher, like vibrational colors. And then we have from our heart space down. So I see this as, this is also saying to not only take care of yourself emotionally, but physically as well. So this might be a good time to, if you've been wanting to do some sort of cleanse or diet change, this is a good week to shift in that direction. If you have some goals that you've been planning for how to get healthier, this is calling for you to take that step in and do it. But as a holistic health practitioner myself, I always say not just paying attention to one thing all the time, but noticing what emotionally comes up as you make these physical changes as well, because there usually is a charge that comes with it. So you want to make sure you are nurturing not just your physical body or watching for physical changes, but watch for your emotional as well. Okay. All right, so moving into an herb that we can work through this week for medicine is the yucca. This is also known as the Knight of Pentacles in this deck. So this is, she's weaving this into, eventually this gets weaved into baskets. So this is kind of like a dedicated energy as well. It's slow moving. It takes precision and concentration, but it's earth magic. So you're really being called to work with your hands, doing some of those physical things, like really putting in the work. If you're doing this purification, it's going to take work, consistency. See this as a repeating pattern. There is a set, a set kind of pattern to this. It takes repetition to get to perfection. Because this, if you ever first work with yucca I've tried threading plants before, and it's not that easy the first go round. So if you hit some challenges, keep staying dedicated to yourself. Keep remembering why you're doing this, and these challenges are also a part of the lesson. This is going to take some work, because this may be new for some of you. This could be really a big step in a new direction, but this requires a lot of dedication and self-love. Okay. So moving into our aligning with the light energy this week, we have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. What did I say? What did I say? I love when this happens. So, so Lemuria was kind of believed to be, like, if you haven't heard of it before, is believed to be like pre-Atlantean time, I think. It's either pre or post-Atlantean. I'm pretty sure it's before. I think it's older. Kind of a similar idea where everything was like a bigger continent. Light bearer energy, a lot of similar like high technology sort of thing, but everyone was in harmony. Everything was united together. So bringing all of those pieces of yourself together, this could represent the different aspects of yourself that you are starting to actually co-create and make yourself feel balanced again. You could be doing some shadow work. That could be this emotional magnification. We just had a shadow moon. And the full moon coming up is our Scorpio moon, which all has to do with shadow and deeper aspects of ourselves. And we also have an interesting alignment coming up with the Pleiades star system. The sun is lining up with it, and it was talking about the shadow. If you want to know more about that, you can look at like foreverconscious.com. I think that's where I read that they mentioned it. So creating that peace in yourself to manifest in the world is a lot of dedication and a lot of truth seeking, a lot of actually being grounded in yourself and making decisions for yourself, not for others. So as you start to work with this energy, your outer world is going to shift, and I think that's where that joyful, like, transformational energy is, from what I'm feeling. It feels like freedom, like this huge shift is going on. Like, you know, we may have tried this a few times before and it just didn't work out, and so we kind of have given up or just are not sure which direction to go. And this is just an affirmation that, like, if you feel that pull to really actually put in the effort and make this change, like, you have this potent energy to do that. And you can tap into this new moon cycle to really help you through that. Okay? And I think this is also speaking to that kind of Taurus energy, because Taurus is more of the fixed earth sign. So it is this really kind of slow moving. It is moving forward, but it's very practical. It's very slow. So don't expect things to just happen for you. Okay. All right. And then we also have some wild offering cards. We got a lot of energy. So the first card we have is despair. I need your divine intercession right now, O Great Spirit. Lift this darkness from my soul. Free me from this burden. Open me to your highest plan. May I be a peaceful vessel for your love. So I feel like this is really speaking for some of you internally, working through that shadow work, that emotional, and for some reason, the energy in the cosmos right now is just really bringing up this work for you to be released. And that can bring up a lot of despair, a lot of unprocessed emotions, a lot of self-doubt. A lot of this kind of falling from our power. So not running away from it. This is a part of the process too. And just allowing yourself to feel it, because it'll start to get lighter the more you allow it to be there. Allow for this to come forward. It doesn't last forever. This is the only way we can purify it, is to feel it. Because we don't want this anymore. We're done with it. All right, so the second card is being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change. No need to grow more deserving. You, yes, you are love. So even though, we say we have to make these changes, we want to put in the work, that doesn't mean to look at yourself as if you are incomplete right now, or in this moment you are imperfect, and to change everything you have to get over there and then everything will be fine. It's acknowledging that you already contain this heaven within you, that you already are this whole unified being. You are balanced. You have everything that you need at your disposal. And it's just accepting that, being open to the possibilities. And you are not your emotions that come up with it. You are not your experiences. You are you. You are completely and effortlessly you. And that's all you have to worry about, is just truly being you. Standing up for yourself, being true to yourself and your passions and your heart. And these choices, this path, this uncertainty will start to become more and more clear the more you start to just accept and feel this love within. It's not going to feel like that every day, but the more you sit and just be with it and accept it, not change what's there, you start to get more comfortable. This could be a great time to start that meditation practice if you've been looking to get into that as well. All right, our last card we have is abundance. Divine Beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. Abundance, abundance. That's what I felt. Yeah. Yeah. Abundance. Totally. Knowing that you're already abundant within as well, that you always have these gifts available to you. They just may not look exactly what you think like. So being open to receiving, that's more of this balancing that feminine energy, is when you put in the work and you put in, you do your work, you got to be open to receiving what's there. And it could be receiving more of this like emotional magnification. You could start to get more in touch with your intuition, and that's an abundance. You could start to get led towards more money. You could start to get led towards like being really creative and passionate. This is all abundance. This is all really good. Okay, so being open to that, releasing the ego plan. Yeah. Woo! I like that. I like that a lot. A little bit more in-depth reading today. We had a lot of cards coming up, but this is a big shift going on. And even with the state of the world, even with all of this going on, our biggest power is to be with ourselves and realize that we do have growth and control and things that we can do to continue to make things better for ourselves. That's what could be triggering a lot of this shadow work, is this whole experience has made us very emotional. It's made us really sit with ourselves and realize what we might be lacking, but in the sense of how we were not taking care of ourselves in the best way, because we're never lacking. We're there with ourselves. So if you're feeling that calling, it could be happening for you already. It could be something that's kind of nudging you a little bit. But just be open to the call. Be open to the possibilities of how this is going to change for you. Don't run away from it. If you're needing any guidance on like meditations or how to deal with those sorts of emotional things, feel free to reach out to me. I have a lot of resources in that sense, and I'd love to be of assistance to you. I was going to be back to teaching next week, but they have prolonged the gyms for a little bit more, so I'll still be doing stuff online. I'm going to try to do some meditations as well. And I also would like to say that I am looking to take on some potential clients, in the sense of kind of more of a learning process for me because I have a lot of different modalities that I want to test out. And a lot of these are over distance. I can't do any of my hands-on work right now, which is fine, but I want to learn more from you on how to create my unique practice and what really works for you. So I think I'm going to take on 8 clients. It's not going to be of any charge to you. You can decide to pay me later or, recommend me or tip me. Like if money is an issue, like you do not have to worry about it. This is just for my learning and my growth. So if you have certain things that you're working through and you're looking to get coaching on, I would love to provide that for you. Okay? If you felt like this really resonated, like you can share it, subscribe to my channel. I love hearing your comments, love seeing all your work and, sharing that with me. If you feel inclined to tip or donate to my business, anything like that, I'll include my cash links below in the description. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Keep up the good work. Keep doing it. Answer that call. All right. So thank you again so much. I'm so grateful to all of you who are coming in and watching at whatever point you may be. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.